your leadership journey to the next level? On the leadership platform TLP, we don't just talk about leadership, we live it. This year, we are bringing you cutting-edge insights, transformative tools, and real-world strategies to help you lead with confidence, purpose, and impact. This year, we have 4 seasons with 50 episodes. We will dive into themes such as leading self, leading others, and leading institutions. We bring you Leaders Are Leaders. This monthly session focuses on book reviews, discussions, encouraging all participants to read along with selected books on personal leadership and professional leadership. We also have a time with the CEO. In this segment, we dive into the stories of prominent CEOs who share their insights, lessons learned throughout their leadership journey. We also bring you extraordinary leadership stories, highlighting individuals in our societies who are doing extraordinary things. This segment inspires viewers with real-life examples of leadership in action. We will bring you some brilliant minds, courageous leaders changing the narrative of Africa. We also bring you, finally, the expert-led sessions, which cover a wide range of leadership and personal development topics, providing practical guidance and actionable strategies for personal and professional development. The leadership platform is your go-to space for personal growth, professional breakthroughs, and meaningful connections. I am Joy Bonsu-Schmutz, co-host on TLP, and I will see you every Saturday, 7 p.m. GMT, live on YouTube and Facebook.
Hello. Good evening, everyone, and welcome to the Leadership Platform. My name is Samuel Ayim, and I'm excited to join you this evening. May you share the link to your friends and your partners, your bosses, your co-workers, your church members, and invite them to the leadership platform this evening because we have an amazing story to tell. As we always do, we have a series of activities that we give to you every weekend. And this weekend, we are bringing you one of our extraordinary leadership stories. And we'll be with you very, very soon. But before we go, we request that you share the link with your friends. But if you are connected either on Facebook or YouTube, please introduce yourself. Give us your name and where you are connecting from, and we will be very happy to announce you to the whole wide world. And I can see Blessed Tete Ojao has already joined, and he says, I'm glad to join another transformative session tonight. So share with us where you are joining from. Share with us your expectation for this evening, because we are fired up with our amazing leader this evening. We give you some quick announcements. We have our leadership journey series, and we are starting the next cohort in a week, or yes, I think it's in the middle of February. And so many people have registered. We're taking only 15, but we will do another cohort. So you can still register, and we'll have two cohorts, cohort 9 and cohort 10, because I think cohort 9 is already full, but we're building out for cohort 10, and we'll do the two cohorts together simultaneously. So join that. Number two, if your company at the beginning of the year is looking for teams, organization to come into your place, to come and support in teamwork, in motivational speaking, in training, and in leadership and in transformation mindset and so on, please talk to your HR head and invite us. We'll be happy to join you. Again, we have shared our catalog for the year on our platform and so on. I believe the link will be shared on this platform. Go download the catalog, see the programs we are doing, and join us. So this evening, we are not going to do too much talking by way of introduction of our speaker, because she's going to tell us all about herself in this program, and she's going to tell us the beautiful story behind how a team of young people go to a community, saw a need, and decided to find a solution. This is what leadership is about. Leadership is about solving problems. And I say all the time, the bigger the problem you solve, the bigger the leader you become, and the greater the success you can achieve. So leadership is about solving problems. And this young lady and her friends went to a community, saw a challenge with young girls who are not going to school, and the only reason is that they cannot afford sanitary pads. So they put their minds to it and came up with a solution, which today is solving this problem across the country. And that is the story. We're going to delve into it, and our speaker will come on stage. Meanwhile, as I said, introduce yourself. Let's know where you are calling from. Barbara Akon is joining us from Uganda, and looking forward to hear the resilience throughout the journey. All right, so I'm going to bring our amazing guest, Mubaraka Farouk Umar, on stage, and we're going to have a conversation about her project. So at this point, Mubaraka, I'm so excited to be with you this evening. You are welcome to the Leadership Platform.
Thank you very much.
Great,
Hello.
great, great.
My name is Umar Farooq Mubaraka,
Wonderful. So Umar
and I am the
Farouk
first member.
Mubaraka is joining us from the northern region in Tamale. So if we have any internet challenges, you know that she's joining from very far away. So bear with us, but she's going to be with us for about 45 minutes, and you have opportunity to ask her some questions and so on. So Mubaraka, once again, you are welcome to the Leadership Platform.
Thank you very much.
All right. So let's
Okay,
start.
so
Yes, from the beginning. Tell us a bit about yourself. Who is
yeah,
Mubaraka Farouk Umar?
okay. So Mubaraka is a nutritionist and also a finance person that hails from the Upper West region of Ghana. Um, I took my passion through the journey my sister took in entrepreneurship. I actually had a sister who loved to be an entrepreneur, so I always look up to her and got inspirations from her. But then, aside academics, aside entrepreneurship, I am a philanthropist and also a volunteer. I had a lot of voluntary actions during my university days and senior high school days. And this led me to be a person that was um, volatile and always ready to serve the community I find myself. Currently, I am the Chief Finance Officer for Kodu Technology and also the founder for Kodu Technology as well. And what we do at Kodu Technology is to produce sanitary pads from fibers of plantain and banana for young girls in the rural areas where we find ourselves. The
All right.
community we are based currently is Bilego.
Well, we'll come to what you're doing currently, but we just like to meet you and know you a bit more. So tell us a bit about where you grew up, your
Oh, okay.
parents, how many children your parents had, how many wives your father. I can see with your covering that you're probably a Muslim. So share a bit of that, how you grew
Okay.
up, the environment you grew up, how many mothers you had, and so on. And yes.
Okay, so I was raised in a house of with five children. My dad had only one wife, and so yes, that's one mother, the woman that birthed us all. So we are. I have four other siblings, and mostly two girls and two boys. We the ladies are the eldest, so we actually call ourselves the owners of the house when we are at home, and then our kid brothers should be very very
Yeah.
careful around us and all that. So yes, aside that, in the Upper West region, have a very beautiful culture of empowering women. Aside the stereotype that goes around that education is very low over there, we have people up there that are very invested into education. My dad, for instance, wasn't someone that was how will I even put it? He wasn't someone that wasn't ready to educate young children, especially the girls as well, because he saw himself at a very interesting point. My mom wasn't educated though, but she always kept on telling us that the fact that I am not educated doesn't mean that you guys shouldn't be educated. It actually gives you guys the room to go and achieve the highest forms of education. I'm currently a master's in global health student, and in the next 2 to 3 years, I can see myself to be pursuing my PhD as well. Yeah.
Wonderful, wonderful, wonderful. But so you were born in the Upper West region. You grew up in the Upper West region. You did you go to school in the Upper West region? Tell us a bit about your educational journey. We know you're going to do your doctorate
I
very soon.
Yes, I actually went to school in the Upper West region, but with my senior high, I went up north, down south in Kumasi. I attended the Asantua Girls Senior High School, and after completing senior high, there was this peer pressure to further into K University and continue my education there. But then my dad always said it's good to always know yours, because I had wanted to just be in the southern areas, move away from the northern side and just establish myself there. So my dad was like, no, come back to the north and attend a university there and build yourself and career there as well. Yes.
Hmm.
So I came back to the University for Development Studies, UDS, in Tamale Dungu campus, and I had my bachelor's degree over there. And currently I'm doing my master's too over there as well. Yeah.
All right. So you had your bachelor's degree in what? Nutrition or in finance? You
In
said you are a
nutrition,
nutritionist and finance.
in community nutrition in UDS, yes.
All right. And what about the finance? Where did you?
So the Yes, so the finance, I actually had the opportunity to serve under a finance committee in Aisha Hospital. So that's where I learned my skills and everything about finance from.
A finance committee where?
In the hospital, Aisha Hospital.
Okay. All right. Okay. So that's great. We know a bit more about you. So we're going to now launch into. You went to school. You've done your degree, and when did you finish university?
Um, Not long ago, like 2022. Yeah, completed
2022. That
2022.
is. So you are going to university during the COVID period. How was it? How was
Exactly.
going to university during the COVID period? How did you manage that?
At a point, especially when they introduced the online classes, it was not so welcoming to some of us because internet connection was a problem. And yeah, aside internet connections, we didn't have that room to. We some of us used to study best with friends around. We share ideas and all that after class and stuff. So it actually was a challenge for us. And to top it all, they decided to give us exams online, and that was just the weakest point in my academic journey during the COVID as well. I was like, oh no, this can't happen. And we thank God that the COVID was lifted, like the restriction and then the everything around COVID was lifted, and then we had our graduation in person. But
Mm,
we kind of went for clinicals and all that. Our clinical journey was actually short because of the COVID, hospitals limited the number of interns they were receiving at that time. So you couldn't actually go to the hospital to learn more about the field you are in. So it was kind of not interesting and not nice to be in the academia around the COVID area. Yeah.
great. Now, because of the story we are going to tell, you are going to share with us, I just want you to tell us, if you don't mind, how old are you?
I'm 25.
Right. So 25-year-old young girl, finished university, doing your master's, and you're doing some great things you're going to share with us, getting ready for your doctorate, and so on and so forth. Went back to your home region, studied there, and so on. Now tell us, after university, what happened?
Yeah. So after university, the question most graduates ask is, where would I be employed? But I wasn't asking myself that question. I was asking myself, who am I employing? Because during my final years in university, I began a journey into entrepreneurship. I did my national service at two places, one under a business organization that empowers entrepreneurs, Cosmos Innovation Center, and the other at Tamale Teaching Hospital. I did both because Tamale Teaching Hospital would give me the experience I needed with regards to the nutrition. And then the Cosmos Innovation Center would also give me the experience and the exposure I needed with regards to the business side. So that was how the first year after um, my bachelor's degree went. It was quite interesting. Yeah.
But how, tell me, how are you able to do two services? Were you posted to the two places? And how did you manage it? I mean, people are running away from service, and you are doing service, two
Yeah, an
service.
operation center.
Yes. So how did it happen?
Yeah. So I was posted to Cosmos Innovation Center,
Mm-hmm.
and I was working under a business in Cosmos Innovation Center as long as alongside with my own business as well. And I applied to be an intern to um, TTH, Tamale Teaching Hospital, where I had to learn about the nutritional skills and all that. So that was how I managed the two. Cosmos Innovation Center gave me that flexibility to be able to do other things aside. It wasn't a rigid kind of thing that you have to go to work 8 to 5 and all that. It was flexible, so you could do other things. You could enter into the business area, go into your academic area, and all that. So yeah, that was very good.
Wow. The two things you said that are very interesting to me. You see, when usually young people finish university, they are asking, who is going to employ me? But you were flipping the question, who am I going to employ? And
Yeah.
then the other thing is, you're doing your service, you were posted to one place, but you wanted also to do other thing. Where did this kind of mindset come from?
Yeah. So this mindset was more like I had to please my parents at one hand, and I had to also chase my dreams on the other hand. So my parents were the type of people that they wanted their daughter to be in the health sector. So it wasn't as a graduate, we all have parents, and we know they care for us. You can't just come out from school and say that I don't want to be a practicing nutritionist again after the 4 years they spent on you in the university. So it's not easy to just come out and just tell your parents that I won't be a nutritionist anymore. So you'd have to find a way to be what you want to be and not compromise on what your parents had already established over the years. So that was how come I was able to do two things at the same time. Yeah.
All right. Okay, so that's great. Thank you so much. So tell us, today everybody on this call has read about your innovation, the development, how you've used um, plantain suckers or banana suckers to develop sanitary pads. Lead us into it. How did this whole idea happen?
Okay, so the whole idea wasn't didn't start with sanitary pad. I always tell everybody that the whole idea started with something else aside, like something very, very, very far from sanitary pad. It started with making papers, papers that could help people, that schoolgirls, schoolboys, the industry, the printing industry, and all that. So we started making inquiries and doing our research around paper production. But then the community we were doing that research on, we encountered a lot of setbacks. One of those setbacks were girls that we were familiar with. The girls we
Now
were
you
familiar with.
Mubaraka, 1 second though. You keep saying we. Now we've moved from I and you are we. Who
I
are these we?
my co-founders. So this Kodu technology isn't shielded by me alone. I have three other co-founders who are doctor of my biomedical scientists, and together we
Yes.
formed Kodu
Tell us a
technology.
bit more about them. Who are they? What's their names? And where are they? What are they doing? Briefly.
Yes. So we have Dr. Idi Mohammed Farid. We have Dr. Longi Adam and Dr. Mohammed Latifatu. We are all based in Tamale, and I would say they are all invested into Kodu technology, although others are into their other personal stuff, but we are all invested into Kodu technology full time. So Dr. Idi Mohammed Farid serves as our chief executive officer. Dr. Longi Adam serves as our operations officer, and Dr. Mohammed Latifa serves as our quality assurance. So we all have different qualities that we bring together to form this team. There's this saying that is always so interesting in Kodo technology. It's better to share an elephant than to own the entirety of an ant. I don't know whether that's
That's
that is well
powerful.
understood. Yes. So when you have a very big vision, it's better to bring in people that would support and push that vision. And that's how come we have been able to form a team. Four of us came together to form this team. Yeah. So
All right.
the whole
So then take
research
us back to
activity,
the origins. How did this happen?
yes. So the whole research activity um, after we realized the young girl in the rural area was missing schools and stuff, we had to query her and ask her why, because it was disheartening to actually find a young girl, a promising young girl at home at that time. So she just told us that, oh, it's normal in this area because everybody goes through that. And sometimes they even drop out at age 13, 14 because of menstrual cycle, and they just get married. So they don't put the academics as a priority. There's something to chop time. Like since she's in the house, her mom is working, she can't be in the house alone. So she has to go to school to just pass out time. Yes. So we had to bring her on, and we changed the whole idea of concentrating on paper to concentrating on period poverty. And then the period poverty, we started with reusable sanitary pads, where we sold our sanitary pads and filled it in with the pulp we had from the banana fibers. We gave it to her, and she was actually happy about it. But she was disheartened because she wanted what others were using, because it wasn't just entirely a rural area. They could see other products, they could see other sanitary products out there. So why can't I have what the other ladies that we are always praising are using? So, and aside that, too, FDA too doesn't approve reusable. So the team came back to the drawing sheets and analyzed the fact that it's true. Aside FDA not approving reusable, but the girl child we are trying to empower should also feel that belongingness in the society. She shouldn't feel like, oh, it's because she's in the rural area, that's why we are giving her reusable parts. So we decided
So
to
let
just
me get this. Let me get this as my audience are probably asking. So you were researching into paper, trying to produce
yes.
paper from plantain and banana fibers. And you saw this girl not going to school. You got interested in her, and you just wanted to do sanitary pad for this girl alone or the other girls.
So we decided to. There were quite many. The school there is just a school, but then the population of the girls were like 20, 23, 29. Depends. Some of them drop out. So we were working with these 23 girls mostly. So it wasn't. So when we found out about one, we quickly asked the rest, and they also shared the same story. So our reusable pass started with 23 girls actually. Yes.
Okay. And were you selling it to these girls, or you were just doing it for them for free?
We're doing it for free.
Wow.
Yeah.
Wow. So, but I mean, you are a nutritionist. Your friends are doctors or what? But how did
Yes,
you come
doctors.
to this invention of, creating a product like this? I mean, how did you guys do it?
When we came together to find the problem, we started doing research. We went online. We went to our school library to look for documents that could help us. And the first thing that came was making cotton pads.
Hmm.
Cotton pads are very nice, but then cotton is expensive. We couldn't
Hmm.
afford cotton all year round. So what's the closest thing we could use aside cotton? We landed with kapok, and the kapok was good, but it wasn't so absorb. It wasn't absorbing. I don't know if you know kapok. Yeah, this big tree
No, I
that's
don't
we
know.
used to. It's a big tree. When we were growing up, we used to confuse it with cotton. It has
Okay.
this part, yeah, when it's dry it opens and spreads out. So we decided to use that as well, and it wasn't absorbing well. The final result was on the plantain pulp, which one of my colleagues, Latifa, brought on board. That she saw this somewhere, let's try it. So
Hmm.
we tried it, and it was nice, so we just decided to start from there and all that.
Now, you talked about FDA not approving reusable parts. Now, when you were developing all this, how were you testing it? Did you have your lab? Um, Take us into that process. And where did you get all the money to be able to research and do all those things? I mean, you are young students, you're just finishing university, and you launch into this. How did this happen?
Yes. So with the testing, we use the Spanish lab. University for Development Study has a Spanish lab in Nyankpala. And so
Mm,
we went to Nyankpala Spanish lab, and then our colleagues and some of the heads there welcomed us to use the lab to do our experiments. Aside
mm,
that, with financials, we were enrolled in a program called Cosmos Innovation Center Agritech
mm,
Challenge. And what this
mm,
program does is that it brings on board young individuals that are interested into entrepreneurship, and not just entrepreneurship geared towards agribusiness. So
mm,
you are being brought, and then you develop an idea, an interesting idea. You form a team, or you bring your
mm,
team along, and then you present your idea to them, and they will help you. They'll coach you with business ideas and stuff. And that's where I did my national service. Remember, the
mhm.
Cosmos Innovation Center. So
Yeah.
they actually help entrepreneurs and young individuals that want to enter into the agribusiness space. So they funded our research, they funded
Okay.
our minimum viable products, the products we developed after the reusable part. Yes. So
Mm.
yes, so just those were that was how we actually managed to go far. Yeah.
Wow. I mean, that tells me that when you have an idea, somehow the resources will come. And especially you have a
Yeah.
good intention to solve a problem for people, God will find a way to help you also to go through. The Spanish lab came on board, Cosmos came on board. The four of you are busy trying to find solutions, producing this free for 23 girls, and so on and so forth. So take us beyond that. After now, you you develop this. Did you get the FDA to approve this, your sanitary part, or you are still doing it in the village for the young girls?
So we had FDA approval. We have FDA approval middle to late last year. So FDA had approved our products, and now we are in the markets. We are no longer um, in the rural area. We go there for outrages. We go there to give out our CSR over there, because after every 10 sales we make, we donate one to a rural girl. So at the end of the month, we accumulate all the sales we make, and we go to the schools there, and then we donate. Yeah.
Oh, so already this product is now on commercial basis. So how
Yes.
many do you produce in a day, in a week, in a month? How many do you produce, and who buys it?
Yeah. So we actually, our scales are actually done in weeks. So in a week we produce 2,000 pieces, and in
Wow.
2,000 pieces we do that semi manually. We are looking into going fully automated by the close of March, April. We are looking into going fully automated, and our biggest customers are the NGOs, humanitarian
Okay.
organizations that want to empower women. We are also into the markets and some supermarkets and malls that are ready to pick up this product for others to use. And yes, so that's those two are our biggest markets and then customers,
Wow.
and they are the main what's the name, main focus for now, because we are not so big, but we are planning to
Mhm.
scale up to other regions as well. Yeah.
Wow. Well done, well done, well done. So you're producing 2,000. What's the plan? What's the vision? with automation, how many can you produce? And is there a market for it?
Yes. So currently we have um 200 and 203 database for individuals that are interested in the sanitary parts. That's wholesalers. But our
Wow.
demand isn't able to meet them. So we've
Your
given them up
production is
to
not able
April.
to meet their
Yes.
demand.
Yes. So we're giving them up to April to after when our machines are in, we're able to scale up and meet their demand and all that.
Wow. So already you've done a market research. You have 23 wholesalers who are ready to take your goods and sell them. That means
Yes.
that they have confidence in your products. What's
Yes.
the feedback you are getting for the ladies? And by the way, do you use it yourself or you use
Yes.
always?
So no. Um with Kodu pad, one of the best feedbacks we have received by so far is that the regular traditional sanitary pads in the markets has a top layer that is white, and ours is milky brown to brown. So some ladies that are having issues with blood, although we bleed, ladies, although we bleed every day, you could testify that not all of us want like seeing our blood all the time. So
Mm.
the color, the top sheet color actually helps a lot of ladies. And because of the natural texture of it and then the less additives in it, most ladies that are having rashes or have irritations come to us. We have issues with ladies that are heavy flowers. We continuously tell them that if you're a heavy flower, use it at the end of your cycle. But they'll keep on saying that it doesn't give us rashes, so we just want to use it. We just want to continuously use it so that it's
Mm.
it
Mm.
becomes it's because of its safety and stuff. And we've tested under GSA as well. That's one of the things that you always have to do when you're in the sanitary pad
GSA is the
market. You have
Ghana
to
Standards Authority, right?
Ghana Standard Authority, yes. So Ghana Standard Authority has tested the products, and one of the most interesting parts is the absorption. It has like 17 absorption time of 17, which is very high. Normally, absorption time should be between 12 to 14, and we have 17, which is very, 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 very good.
Wow.
Yeah.
Wow. This is good. Now you were your product you say is called what? Kodupad?
Kodu pad,
What's that?
yes.
What's that name? Can you tell us a bit about where is that name from?
Okay, so in the north, you'll be familiar with the word kodu. In the south, you'll be
Okay.
familiar with the word kwedu. It's just like
Okay.
the Ghanaian word for banana.
Okay. Okay. So
Yeah.
Kodupad is like Kwedu
Yes, kwedu, banana pad.
Okay. All right. So ladies out there, please look out for Kodupad. You can hear this is produced by young people, 25-year-old people who came out of school and did not want to look for who is going to employ me, and they are asking themselves, who can I employ? And they put together, develop this product here in Ghana, in the north. Even some people are posted to the north, they don't want to go there. They stayed there, they got the resources there, they saw the problem, and they are solving it. And this is what leadership is all about. Now, so how many people do you employ at the moment?
We are currently having 7 permanent workers and
Wow.
then 12 to 17, what's the name, part-time workers. Yeah.
Wow. And when you set up fully and you are manufacturing automated system, how many do you expect to employ?
So currently, we are putting up an application for employment for 11 different workers. The 11 different workers comprises of sale, factory hands, sales
Mhm.
personnel, cleaners and drivers, and security experts. So in all, like within the next 3-4 months, we are expecting to employ 11 additional people into the company.
Wow. Great. This is beautiful, beautiful, beautiful story. Now, before we go on a short break and come back for see if people have questions and for me to bring Sarah on stage to also ask a few questions. Now, the four of you, you've talked about one of you act as a CEO, one of you act as the operations person, you act as the finance person, the fourth one act as what? It would appear that Mubaraka is frozen. We'll take a short commercial break, and then if we check with her to see if she's able to come back, and we would we'll bring her back. But let me bring Sarah, and because I don't see Gideon here, let me bring Sarah and check out with Sarah. Sarah, I mean, this is very interesting. What are you picking? What are some of the things you are learning that you want to share?
Yeah, I'm really really intrigued by. I guess she's the only female on the management team. If I the
No, there are
foundation.
two girls
The
and
two
two
girls.
boys.
Okay. All right. Okay. Wonderful. But I love the fact that the question that she said, who am I going to be employing at the end of her studies? And that is very rare. It's counterintuitive to what we are used to. Everybody is looking for somebody to employ. And looking at her and the constituency of young people, how many do we have in that age group who are posing this question? Very
Yeah.
interesting. And the fact that also when they set out, that was not the initial idea, but
Mm-hmm.
this is something that emerged. So
Mm-hmm.
even if we do have a vision or a project that we are doing, what are we hearing from the environment? What are we observing? And how is that informing how to meet the need or what the market or what the community is looking for? So, as leaders, we have to be open to getting into our database or our awareness, what messages we are hearing, and that should inform the way that we should run our projects or our initiatives. So these are things that are coming to me.
Wonderful, wonderful, wonderful. Thank you so much. And I also like the idea that he says in Kudu technology, they said it's better to share an elephant than to own an ant.
Yeah.
Great. So Gideon, we'll take a quick short break and then we'll come back. I'm seeing some people commenting. So let's take a quick break and come back because I see Mubaraka is back online. Let's take a short break. Gideon, are you ready? Okay.
Are we having internet challenges? If
I
not,
think there's a bit of a challenge
okay.
because I see Gideon is not able to come on board,
All right.
but we have a few people coming up. We have Olivia Okan here. Is says good day to CTL Africa team, and many thanks for the opportunity to continue opportunity continually as I circulate. All right, and then we have we also have Patience Antonio here. She's from East Legon. Thank you, Amadou Bole from Mali. Bonsoir, patron. Soyez le bienvenu. Merci beaucoup d'être ici tout le temps. Marianne Ochre is here from Accra, Ghana. We have Vivian Ampere. He says, I like your proverb. I think he was talking about it's better to share an elephant than to own an ant. We have Ngostra Manko is here. Good evening from Ghana, Jowulu. All right. We have Belinda is here. Belinda Dugbache is here from Accra. Awofiajo from Accra is here. And Olivia say, okay, so it's banana pad. Yes, that's what he said, for healthy sanitary pad. Awesome vision and leadership activity shared. Ayeko, do you have, and there's a question here for Mubaraka from Olivia. He says, and let me bring Mubaraka here because there's a question here. Do you have different associations of plantain and banana plantation farmers in how many regions that how many regions that you source the raw material? I think what I'm getting from that question is, I mean, where you producing, where do you source this material to be able to get enough? You're talking about 23 people ready to buy. Do you have enough material? How do you get the material to be able to produce? And how are you going to satisfy the market?
Yeah, great. Yeah. And yeah, before that, I think it would be interesting. Mubaraka, do you have any videos or any material that you want to share with the audience? Pictures of the products. Where can we see this? Uncle Sam, would you have that also with you so we can share on the screen?
All right. Mubaraka was trying to get some for us, but we are not. But I think you can get some on her Instagram. She will share that, and
Okay.
her social media pages. But she will answer the question, and if she has something to share, I believe she'll be able to share, because we're trying to get that. All right. So Mubaraka, sorry we went off, but you're welcome. We're discussing your great ideas. So the two things,
Oh,
do you have some videos to share? And how do you source your material? Do you have enough supply
mm.
of raw materials?
Okay, so currently we are sourcing it up north here in the community we actually work in Bulego. They we do irrigational farming where there's a very big dam that was erected during Achampon's time, and it's still very huge. So we actually source the fibers from there. But then we are moving to Kintampo and Sunyani, Kintampo and Sunyani, to actually increase our production size. We've learned about Western region, but we haven't yet tapped into that area. We're just moving gradually up there. So currently it's in Tamale. We're moving to Kintampo and Sunyani. Yeah.
Now, when you say you're moving to Kintampo and Sunyani, are you going to set up factories there, or you're going to source the material and bring it to Tamale to produce?
No, the stems are actually bulky. They are bulky, so bringing it is extra cost. So we are setting up a mini extraction site in Kintampo and Sunyani, especially Guaso areas where we can actually get the fibers. We extract the fibers, which would be less bulky, and we can transport it back to Tamale.
Okay. So these fibers, if I understand, the farmers and the other people also supply this to you, and it's also because they used to, when I used to be a plantain farmer, and once you take your plantain, you throw these things away. So you're saying that now the farmers
Yeah,
can sell this and make some more money, or they give it to you for free.
exactly. Exactly. So with the locality we actually purchase the stems, the cut stems. We actually purchase them. And what we do aside that is also assist them in irrigating their farms. So we make sure that the plantain is healthy so that we get our healthy stems as well. So we
Wow.
support them and we bring it on board. And the community is such that because we started there, the chiefs already know us, so we always do everything with them. So there are instances where sometimes they just bring it out and just donate it to us, but we actually give them some incentives as well.
Wow. Wow. This is really, really good. All right. Well, the question of people want to see the pictures of your product, they are asking. And Mami Dukua says, congratulations to the amazing lady and her team. All right, Sarah, any more questions for Mubaraka?
Yeah, I'm just thinking, I just wanted to find out the machines that you use, are they imported or did you manufacture it in Ghana? How do they look like? Are they bulky? Can that be also get the same machines in other regions for it to be able to produce? Because since the material is really the raw materials are bulky, and you said you have to produce having branches silver, are the machines bulky as well?
Okay, so our machine for processing the fibers, we designed and fabricated everything in Tamale. So our
Okay,
engineer here in Tamale already has, because it took almost like 6 months to design and fabricate this. So he already has the design and everything. So he has so far constructed three of them so far. So
okay,
in Sunyani and Gwa, so we've already contacted him to start with the designing again to facilitate those areas. The machine isn't very bulky. It's at least I'm taller than I'm taller than the machine, but it's not
You are taller than
so
the machine, so you cannot fall on your head.
no. It's not very well. The normal grinding mill, um I don't know, the normal mills we go, it's actually heavier than this machine. Yes, so it's not
Hmm.
so bulky. Yeah.
okay.
All right.
All right.
And I love that.
Okay.
That's also so you sat down, you designed the
Mind the
machine
machine.
and gave the idea to an engineer to be able to
Mhm.
create that for you also.
Yes. So we actually during this stage our team called ourselves semi or imported engineers, because we actually had to go into Google and do a lot of research and do a mini drawing of how we wanted the the machine to look like. We actually got help from people from Ethiopia. We had someone from Ethiopia who also had similar idea. So we reached out to him and we gave him our idea. He told us, oh, okay, he has also started doing something, although he has not progressed so far, but this is what he has also done. And this is how the machine he has done so far looks like. So he gave us pictures and images. We forwarded it to the engineer, who also sat down and he did his own drawings. And yeah, he came out with something very nice.
That's
Wow.
beautiful. That's beautiful. So
Wow.
here I can see the proverb really taking shape practically, that you shared your
Yeah.
elephant even across the continent, you
Yeah.
know,
Yes.
sharing ideas. That's beautiful. That's
All
beautiful.
right.
Great.
This is good. Mubaraka, I'm not seeing any questions, but I have a few more questions for you. What
Okay.
lessons have you learned from this experience that you can share?
Okay. The number one lesson I've learned is that teamwork makes the dream work. It's something that even those around us keep asking us that how come the team isn't fighting and all that. One, we all have a common vision. So we are
Mm.
always geared towards that. So that kind of monetary issues and stuff, it doesn't move us to actually distort from the main goal. The other lesson I've learned is to persevere. No
Hmm.
journey is easy. Most of the times, we ladies we want it very easy, we want it very cheap, and when we don't get it our way within the first few trials, we go back and crawl back and this that, or this isn't my place
Hmm.
to work in. Yeah, so the two ladies in the team are actually one of the pillars and backbone of the entire team. And so it's
Yeah.
perseverance and determination that pushes everything. Yeah.
Okay.
So these are the two
Teamwork,
lessons I've actually.
perseverance. Good. Great, great, great. So, I have other questions as to your advice. You've already said about the ladies, but advice for young people. But at this point, so far, have you had any support from government, from district, from whatever? And when you go to the GSA to register your, have you registered your patent for this? Have you done all that?
Okay. Yes. So with support from governments, we are still into um, talking terms. We are looking for avenue and where we can actually meet government officials to actually give them our solutions and see how we can best navigate through it. The current government of Ghana has a policy where, or will I say a policy, not yet a policy, but they have an initiative that they want to fund young girls in senior high schools. And we feel like because we are in Ghana, producing made in Ghana produce, this would be a very good opportunity for us to leverage from. Aside that, we've had fundings from not governments of Ghana, but other organizations. Cosmos Innovation Center as one, Ghana Climate and Innovation Center to as another one, and then we've had funding from Go Getters as well. So yes, a lot of people that see our efforts always try to help. Just that we have not yet had that openness from the government of Ghana yet. Yeah.
Okay.
Okay.
Sarah, please go
Yeah.
ahead. I can see you have some questions.
Yes, it has even flown from my mind. I'm so engrossed in what she's saying that it's flown from my mind. Yeah. So,
All right.
yeah, what I'm thinking about, yes, for the gentleman that you said really shared his idea with you from Ethiopia, you have developed this. Do you have any alliance with him to also share with him what you have started here so he can also advance whatever he's doing in Ethiopia? What are the plans that you have?
Okay, so what he does, his main goal in Ethiopia is to produce machineries. So
Okay.
after we had our own, yes, after we had our own, we had to send it to him and tell him that okay, this. So we told our engineers to take pictures of the processes and stuff. So we had to send it to him to also assist him in processing everything and all that. Currently, from what we have seen, it seems like he's also selling his machinery. He's also
Okay.
selling his machines.
All right. Okay. So, I mean, it's not only the people in the north who have these challenges, the young people, other rural areas in the country are also experiencing the same situation. And also, due to foreign currency, if anything is produced locally, that is cheaper. So, how much are you selling this? Are you
So
selling
we
or everything
sell.
is free?
Yeah, we sell a pack for 10 cities,
Mhm.
and literally one pack costs one city, because there are 10 pieces in a pack. Yeah.
Okay.
All
All
right.
right. Yeah. And
Good, good,
therefore,
good,
which
good.
means if we need or we want to even supply secondary schools in the rural areas or other we can always contact you. How do we contact your company to purchase?
Yeah. So our social media accounts are very active. Aside
Mhm.
that, we have a website, kodutechnology.com, where you can actually go and get in touch with us and all that. And aside that, you can reach out to me personally. You can reach out to me personally. I think if Mr. Aim is okay with it, my contact can be shared for those that want to have
Yes,
purchases and
sure.
everything. Reaching out
Sure,
to
go
me.
ahead. Share your number for people that people can reach you on. You can go ahead and share.
Yeah, because I'm trying to see even whether I can get to the website so we can share on the
So he
program.
has kodutechnology.com.
Mhm.
You can go to
Yes.
kodutechnology.com to our website, but go ahead and share your contact number and then let's people pick it.
Okay.
Technology.
All
Let's see
right.
whether I can get it.
So
No, it's not
um,
loaded.
I think Gideon is having a challenge with his internet, and we will see how we will get through with it. All right. So, whilst you are on it, what advice will you have for young people? People are jackpine.
What is
Um,
Japan?
oh, you don't live here, so you don't know Japan. It's like stowaway. Everybody wants to leave the country. They are all going
Ah,
outside.
Yeah.
okay,
And now
okay.
Donald Trump says nobody can come there. Those who are there are
Oh,
hiding. Um, and now you can't form an unemployed graduates association. People are there,
oh,
and they can. What advice will you have for young people like you, 25 years? I mean, basically you are now 25. It means you started this at 22, 23. You guys have been working
yeah.
on this. What advice will you have for young people like you?
One thing is that there are opportunities in Ghana. There are opportunities in Ghana, and yes, it can be difficult sometimes, especially when you come out of school and then you aren't being supported by other external bodies. You can feel frustrated, yes. But then we've been complaining that we need jobs, we need jobs, we need jobs, but we have to create our own jobs.
Hmm.
The field, there are a lot of fields we can actually gear towards. Paper production, cotton farming, jute farming. We have a lot of things that we can actually. So there's something that's intrigued me during my research. We drink a lot of sobolo, but we don't produce sobolo. We don't farm sobolo in Ghana, which
Mm,
is quite intriguing. Like, why don't we farm? So most of the sobolos in Ghana is either from Niger or Burkina Faso, which is not interesting and which is not very wise of us, the youth of Ghana who enjoy sobolo drink a lot. And so my main advice for the youth is that go outside the box. In Ghana, there are opportunities. Just go outside a little, and then it's not going to be easy for the first time, but when we persevere and we stay there, we'll make a lot of opportunity, not just for ourselves, but for those around us as well. Yeah. So
great.
stay in Ghana.
Everything uphill, you know, everything worthwhile is uphill. You have to push to be able to get it.
Yes.
And I agree with you, there's opportunities in Ghana. And people just want to stay in Accra. Go outside of Accra, think outside the box, and you would have great, great, great opportunities, doors opening to you. Whenever you have a great idea, the money for it will come. Look at what is happening to Kudo Technology and the team out there. This is a truly great, great, great story. So let me see if there are other questions coming in. But as I'm going through the box to see what is coming in, assuming you have President Mahama in front of you as he's preparing to take off his government, what will you say to him?
Okay. So let's assume that. So I'm assuming, right?
Yes.
um, my first thing I'll tell him is that focus on the youth. We have the energy, we have the passion, we either make or break Ghana. So if you gear your attention away from us, it's going to cripple the nation. Because if you want employment and you want to create jobs, yes, we are crying that we want jobs, we want jobs, we want jobs. But then it's choked out there, the white man's job, the white collar job is choked. So create jobs for us that we can we can actually empower ourselves and provide a space for the youth to grow. Ghana isn't a friendly space for upcoming youth
Young
in
people.
entrepreneurship. So
Mhm.
provide that conducive space for us to be able to walk into an organization and ask for funding for our product or for our idea and everything. It doesn't mean we need to have that idea out there, that product out there, but the idea and then the necessary coachings will actually push us to get something. So invest in the youth. Yeah, that's my take for him. Invest in the youth and make the government's the Ghana's economy very friendly for us.
Yeah, yeah. President Mahama invest in the youth. Now speak to Ghanaians because sometimes, you know, you done Kudu pad and they look at it, they say, ah, but this one, where was it made? Tamale. Ah, can anything good come from Tamale? I mean, we want always. What are the other brands? That's what they want. Speak to all the ladies
Yeah,
out there and tell them
yeah.
something.
The when regards to menstrual hygiene, the first thing you should be asking yourself is who is making it, not where it's made. Your colleague
Mm,
lady is making it and she uses it herself.
mhm,
One, there's no way that she would use it, not get infections, and produce something for you to get infections. So always try as much as possible to know who is making it, and then you can trust the brand. Another thing I would tell the youth or the Ghanaian society is that we've been complaining that Ghana's economy isn't growing, but we import a lot. The more we
mhm,
import, the more Ghana's economy goes down the drain. So
mhm.
let's discipline ourselves and eat what is made in Ghana. Let's eat what we grow. Let's purchase what we grow. And within 2 or 3 years, we'll see how good the economy would be revived back to its feet. Yeah.
Yeah, great, great, great ideas there. I want to thank you so much. I'm not seeing any question here. I think I'm just seeing a comment from Olivia who says, wow, very innovative research, and many thanks for ensuring you are focused as a young team. Please keep all the values going. Great. Then I have somebody from countryside. Great and inspiring story. If I heard her right, I want to hear more about the senior sister from who she got the entrepreneurial skills. She sounds very entrepreneurial. God bless you. So somebody
Maybe.
wants to hear a bit more because you said you got something from your sister. And then when you finish that, I want you to say a shout out to your team members, the
Yeah.
three amazing people and your workers. All right. So your sister a bit more. What are they doing? Your sister and your small brothers and the
Yes.
tenants. You are
So
the owners. You are the owners. They are the tenants.
exactly. So my sister is a biochemistry. She was a biochemistry student, but now she has yet far away from that. And that was actually one thing that's motivated us. She when she came out of university and I was going in, she said, "Well, Mubaraka, the regrets I have for not doing entrepreneurship on campus is so great that every time I sit down to calculate the last time I had, I am so disheartened." So she told me that I should start as early as possible because she would have been far off if she had even started selling sobolo on campus. So I didn't want to be in the entrepreneurial journey because I was into the academic very religiously. So she buys ribbons, ladies' ribbons. Then she sends it to, she was in Accra doing her service at that time. So she, after the end of the month, she gets her allowance, she buys ribbons and she sends it to me. And she tells me that sell it. I'll be like, no, I can't go around lectures and be selling something like this. I feel shy. She forced me to sell. Then she progressed. When I started getting money, she said I should keep the money. Then she bought bills and pushed me to start selling bills as well. I
What
started
is
selling
you said
bills,
what bills?
bills. This lady's bills.
Oh,
The
the bills. Okay.
yes,
Bills,
bills.
okay.
So I started selling these bills, kind of level 200, yes, level 200, early 300. Then when I was done, she was like, now, no matter what you do, enter into any extra curriculum activity. And so I entered into politics. So she was the first
Oh,
person I told her I wanted to enter into politics. Just like, go ahead. I don't have money. Just like, go. Design a flyer, push it out there. So I designed a flyer and I pushed it out there. And I won the election. I won the
which
election. My dad was so concerned that,
which
yeah,
election?
SRC
Which
secretary,
election did you go into? Campus?
SRC
Oh,
secretary.
okay.
Yeah, campus election. Yes, campus election.
Oh, I thought
So
national election. I thought you became the
no,
president of something, something.
no.
Okay.
So when I was done, she entered into the textile industry. She started producing her own bills, started producing sewing dresses for modern dresses for ladies and also for gentlemen. And she forced me to be a model by force. She made me
Wow.
model for her entire collection and everything. So sometimes I'll be walking around and everybody will be like, aren't you this girl, Mokarame's sister? I'll be like, yes. Oh, we've been seeing you around. We've been seeing you around. So she said I should build on that to get where I want to go. I should forget the fact that I did something in campus because
Yeah.
outside here isn't safe, isn't
Yeah.
friendly. You don't get job when you just come out of school. So start building your entrepreneurship. And she entered into another company or startup that produces insecticide. Ecopests, they
Wow.
produce insecticides from neem trees. So she's also developing another idea altogether as a part-time something aside the textiles and then the coding. And she's into NGO-ship as well. She's also a coordinator for one of the NGOs in the Upper West region who focuses on women health, children empowerment, and all that. Yeah. So that's my
Awesome.
Yeah.
sister.
Wow.
Okay. So we have to get her onto the call next time because you said she's not
Yes.
using a biotech, but she's using that to produce insecticides, which is very interesting. Yeah, for
Yes.
malaria. Yeah,
Yes. Yes.
that's very
Yes.
interesting. Thank you
This
so much
is
for sharing this with
wonderful, wonderful stuff.
Thank you.
Wonderful, wonderful, wonderful stuff. All right. So we
Uh,
are glad.
I'm trying to
Yes. Go ahead.
I'm trying to post my contacts, but I don't know.
Okay. Okay. Share it on the private chat and I'll post it.
Okay, all right.
Okay, Sam, I tried to post the YouTube on the private chat. I don't know if you can
Okay.
share
That
it.
I'm posting that one too.
Yeah.
I'm posting that one. I think I've posted that one. So
Yeah.
guys, you can see some videos from Mubaraka and Kodu technology. Just if you are on YouTube on Facebook, you can just open that and share. Now we are coming to the end of the session, and I'm going to give Mubaraka just a few minutes to speak. First of all, speak to your team members, and then give us your final parting shots.
Okay. So I'd like to thank first of all God for the blessings and life I have currently. I would also like to say a very big thank you to my parents for not giving up on me. Although I always call myself a notorious child who always wants to look for different path altogether. And to my team, God bless you. There are days that you are always under the weather, but they keep on tagging you along. You keep on saying, Mubaraka, we have to go, we have to go. The distance between my home and then the farm is very, very long. Like it's like a 30 minutes ride. We ride motorbikes. So we ride motorbikes and we don't drive cars. So we ride motorbikes. And it's a very long distance. So you have to ride for a very long time. But then they keep on telling us that we should go, we should go, we should go. And days that Idi Mohammed Farid would tell you that he hasn't had data for like 3 days, 4 days, but no one wants to believe him. We do believe him because we know how the situation is. On days that Mohammed Latifa feels like she's sick, but then she has to go to give an outreach or speech to the young girls because she doesn't want them to also miss their schools. We feel her pain and we also know how passionate she is. On days that Longi Adam would have his clinical sessions in the lab, but would skip and come to the farm just to harvest plantain. I see all your efforts and I appreciate each one of you for not giving up during the entire 2 years of our journey. Yeah. Thank you very much.
Wow. This is very good. So you guys go to the farm, you ride motors and you go to the farm and go and
Yes.
harvest plantain
Yes.
from people's farms or from your own
Yes.
farm. Do you
From
have your own
people's
farm?
farms.
People's
No.
farms.
Yeah.
Wow.
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 This
That's
is
a lot of work.
amazing. This is
Real
amazing.
dedication.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So, as
Exactly.
individuals, if we want to support you, how do we do so?
Just buy Kodu
So
pad.
exactly.
By what?
Buy Kodu pad.
Very bad.
Okay. I mean, some
Buy
of us are,
thousands and give it to young girls.
okay. So just purchasing. All right. Okay. All
No,
right.
but go ahead.
And
That was my idea. Maybe you have other
oh,
ways
that,
we
that,
can
that was a
support.
solid point. That was a solid point. Aside buying Kodu pad, speaking about it as well. A lot of people, since we are a new brand, a lot of people don't know about it. And we felt like we have had a lot of exposure. Hello.
Yes, we
Yeah, we
can
can
hear
hear
you.
you.
That's true. So we feel we've had enough exposure, but you go somewhere, no one's ever heard about you. So we always want to say, tell a friend, tell another friend about Kodupad. Yeah.
All
Okay.
right.
Excellent.
Okay. Thank you so very
Thank you.
much. Is there any final thoughts you want to share for us to close at this point?
Yeah. So I want to show you the picture. There's a picture of I've sent a document, but I
Yes.
don't know whether it has been.
I've seen
So
some
I want to send a
pictures on my
picture
WhatsApp. Let me see, but let me
of
see. But try to see if you can share. If you can share, are you able to share? Right. Bring it up. I will. Okay. But otherwise, I think, guys, you can safely go to Kudupat's website and you can see some pictures. Unfortunately, we are not able to share from here. All right. We're not able to share from here. All right. Um, are you able
Okay.
to share? No. I think she's frozen again. All right. Anyway, I just, because the technology is failing us, I just want to thank all of you for keeping. We will share some of his videos on our Facebook, on our social media, and we want to thank you, Sarah. Thank you so much
Thank
for
you.
staying with us, and I want to thank everybody who has been part of it. Our mission here at CTL Africa Leadership is to showcase the beautiful stories that we've heard. You've seen young men and women from school deciding to ask themselves, who shall we employ instead of who would employ us? And they've created this company, they've done the research, network, gone to every extent to use all their energy and resources to create Kodu pad, which is an amazing product, sanitary pad, approved by the Ghana Standards Authority, and which is doing wonders and is having quality beyond even the standard qualities that you are buying from the supermarket very expensively. So we encourage you to look for Kodu pad and to patronize Kudu pad. God bless you. Have a good night. And until we come your way next week with another lesson on leadership and personal development, God bless you. God bless you. Good night.